Welcome to NIOS. Today we will study the title of the lesson is Governance at the Union Level. In the previous lesson we had learnt about the process of electing the President of India. We also learnt about the qualifications needed for the post of President. We also came to know about the various powers of the President. These powers are executive power, the legislative power, the judicial power, and the financial powers. Lastly, we learnt about the emergency powers of the President of India. In today's lesson, we will learn about the appointment of the Prime Minister and the composition, the powers and functions of the Council of Ministers. We will also try to know about the relationship of the Prime Minister with the Council of Ministers. Learners, the Prime Minister is the most important person in the government. In fact, the President has to take all the decisions according to the advice of the Council of Ministers, which is headed by the Prime Minister. It is the Prime Minister who is the real head of the Union Executive. It is true that the Prime Minister is appointed by the President. However, the President cannot call someone according to his choice, as he can only invite that person to be the Prime Minister, who is the leader of the majority in the Lok Sabha. Let us now know about the functions of the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister is at the head of the Council of Ministers. On his recommendations, the President appoints the members of the Council of Ministers and also decides their department. The Prime Minister heads over the meeting of the Cabinet and acts as the link between the President and the Council of Ministers. In fact, the Prime Minister is not only leader of the majority party or the leader of the Parliament, but he is also the leader of the nation. In fact, he is the most powerful person in the country. Let us now know about the Union Council of Ministers. The members of the Council of Ministers are appointed by the President on the advice of the Prime Minister. The Council of Ministers has three categories of ministers. The first is Cabinet Ministers. The second is Minister of State. And the third is Deputy Minister. These ministers work as a team under the leadership of Prime Minister. Now let's understand these three categories in a little detail. Let us first understand the first category, which is cabinet ministers. These are the top category of ministers. There are 20 to 25 cabinet ministers in the Union Council of Ministers, and they hold charge of important departments. The second category is Minister of State. These are the second rank ministers, while some of them work as independent ministers, and some others are attached to the cabinet ministers. So this is the second category of ministers. The third category is of deputy ministers. They are attached to cabinet ministers or ministers of state. The cabinet meeting is attended by the minister of cabinet rank only. But sometimes the ministers of state can be invited to attend cabinet meetings. Let us now know about the Union Parliament. Dear learners, can you recognize the picture that is coming on your TV screen right now? Yes, it is very easy. It is the Parliament of India, situated in New Delhi. The legislative branch of the Union government is called the Parliament, has two houses, known as the House of the People, called as Lok Sabha, and the Council of States, known as Rajya Sabha. It is important to note that the President is also considered as a part of the Parliament. We shall now discuss the composition, the powers, functions of both the houses of the Parliament. Let us first know about the Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha, or the House of the People, is the lower house of the Parliament. The members of the Lok Sabha are directly elected by the people of India in elections. Their numbers cannot be more than 550. Out of these, 530 are directly elected by the people of the states, and the remaining 20 members are elected from the union territories. citizens of the country who are more than 18 years of age can vote in the elections. However, if there is no member of the Anglo-Indian community in the Lok Sabha, the President can nominate 2 persons of this community as members. The term of the Lok Sabha is for 5 years. However, it can be dissolved or ended even earlier by the President. During an emergency, its term can be extended for a period of 1 year. Learners, now we will learn about the qualifications needed to become a member of the Lok Sabha. The first is he or she must be a citizen of India. He or she should be at least 25 years of age. And the third is he should not hold any office of profit. That means he should not be in the government service in the central or state government. Let us now know about the second house, that is Rajya Sabha. Dear learners, the Rajya Sabha is the upper house of Parliament. There are maximum of 250 members in the Rajya Sabha. And out of these, 238 members represent the states and union territories, and the 12 are nominated by the President of India. So we have understood that a maximum there can be 250 members in the Rajya Sabha. Out of them, 12 are nominated by President and 238 members represent the state and the union territories. The 12 nominated members are the famous personalities from the field of literature, art, science, and social service. While the elected members of the Rajya Sabha are elected by the state legislative assemblies. Rajya Sabha is presided over by the Vice President of India, who is its chairman. During the absence of the Vice President, the House is presided over by the Deputy Chairman. Dear learners, well, now it is time for today's question. I will ask you 2 questions based on today's video. So, be ready. Your first question is, What is the lower house of the parliament called? You have to tell the name. You have 4 options. The first option is Lok Sabha. The second option is Rajya Sabha. The third option is Vidhan Sabha. The fourth option is Gram Sabha. What is the answer you have to tell? Well, the answer is the first option. That is Lok Sabha. Now I will ask you the second question. How many people are nominated for the Rajya Sabha by the President of India? In this you have 4 options. The first option is 14 people. The second option is 15 people. Third option is 12 people. Fourth option is 10 people. And the answer is third option. That is 12 people are nominated for the Rajya Sabha by the President of India. Learners, let us now revise this lesson. Today we came to know about the appointment and the functions of the Prime Minister. We also learnt about the Council of Ministers and different categories of ministers. We discussed 3 different categories. The first was Cabinet Ministers. The second was State Ministers. The third was Deputy Ministers. Next, we also came to know about the functions of Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. With this, we have reached the end of today's video. I hope you liked watching this video. If you have any queries, you may send your queries to signlanguage@nios.ac.in. For more information, you may visit our website at www.nios.ac.in. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Namaskar.